Scott, you mentioned the untimely death and passing of Tyler Helinski, January 27th. The news was heard around college football, and obviously just our hearts go out to his family and friends. Luke Falk in particular, honoring him during Senior Bowl week and then making it back, missing the game to attend the services. It splits wide open the quarterback situation, and you mentioned the stud that's coming on campus, Cameron Cooper. Your thoughts about the quarterback situation and who may be in play this spring?
First of all, I want to say I completely commend Luke Falk for everything he did. He handled that with class like he always does. To miss the Senior Bowl, a lot of WSU fans were behind him on that. So, but yeah, getting to the quarterbacks that we have on campus, Connor Neville, the kid that we signed last year out of Oregon. You got Cameron Cooper. You've got, those are the two guys that mainly will be competing for the starting job. So it'll be interesting to see, because Neville, I believe, is also a 4-star recruit in last year's recruiting class. So it'll be interesting to see how both those guys come in and compete and see, what the quarterback room looks like. And it'll be interesting because Cameron Cooper being an Elite 11 quarterback, I think he's going to be just fine. Connor Neville being a good quarterback and having a year with the air raid. Cooper also ran the air raid in high school, so I think it's going to be a seamless transition for him. I think both those guys have a very good chance of starting. It'll be interesting to see what happens in spring ball and everything like that. And I look forward to see who's going to be our starting quarterback.
Cooper's rated 15th pro-style quarterback out of Utah nationally, and that's the situation at Washington State. And Mike Leach, obviously, that's his pride and joy, the passing game. And with the new offensive line coach who has styled himself under that type of system, that's the one thing I think, Scott, that probably gets forgotten in all this, is that you think quarterback, wide receivers, and then to a lesser degree the running backs and even pass blocking by the backs out of the backfield, but the offensive linemen have to adapt very differently to this style offense. And it's probably pretty important that you get an offensive line coach who is used to coaching offensive linemen in this system.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We also had some huge departures in Cody O'Connell, literally. The continent, is a huge guy that left. Also had Cole Madison leave, and, a couple other seniors leave the offensive line. So, it'll be huge to see what this coach can do. The fact that he has an air raid background really helps and everything. And I think it'll be, with the Cade Besfords and the Sear Rileys and everything that he got in this recruiting class and things like that he's going to have at his disposal. It'll be interesting to see what how he does with the offensive line, and I think the offensive line will continue to get better every game.
All right, talking up Washington State football with Scott Brewster from KNWA, producer there at Fox 24. The Cougars, of course, coming off a 9-4 campaign, quarterback situation in play with a great recruit in Cameron Cooper, but some other candidates for the position. And, of course, we'll be waiting for the first barb from Mike Leach and see what he has to say that's going to hit the internet and spread like wildfire once we hit fall camp or even in the spring. Scott, we appreciate the time.
Absolutely. Thanks again, Mark.